Hi guys, welcome to another quick Grow the Farm Up video. Today we're going to discuss the Ides of March and the coming of spring. Though we won't dive into all of the details of the Shakespearean play and Julius Caesar in this video, you all have probably heard the saying, beware the Ides of March, a term often acquainted with Roman history. So let's quickly discuss what the Ides even are. In the simplest terms, the Ides of March are simply defined by the date March 15th. The word Ides is commonly known as a Latin word that means to divide. Hence, the Ides of March is essentially the middle of March. So, what does all this Ides of March talk have to do with agriculture, agribusiness, and all things related? You may be asking yourself. Well, the answer is plenty. So let's get started. Mid-March is the most pronounced, perhaps, best way to put it, inflection point or moment of reckoning between last year and the next year in any ag-related enterprise, with spring officially beginning March 20th. The emphasis in all agribusiness, from markets to individual farm decisions, began changing very rapidly from last year, which would be 2019 in this case, to this coming year, which would be 2020. For the markets, weather begins to factor into commodities prices for the first time in this cycle. And perhaps more importantly, various crops on the Board of Trade will begin to bid up for acres or bid down for the price to discourage 2020 plantings. And this is based on many factors like carryover, exports, South American production, many other market factors like strength of the dollar, fundamentals, still playing a major role in setting prices. It is primarily, though, farmers' planning intentions reports versus the demand of any given commodity that can swing markets millions of acres one way to another. As I sit here and talk to you today, 2 weeks from now, there could be uh, 10 million acres of corn less planted than we think that was going to be planted today, and 10 million more acres of beans planted than we thought were going to be planted today. Or it could do the exact opposite, and we could plant 10 million more acres of corn and 10 million less of beans. I mean, or the markets could bid up wheat if they decide that we need more wheat, increase the price of wheat. Guess what? More farmers will plant it. So, as you'll see, that as weather begins to play a factor in these market decisions, um, also planting intentions and, quite frankly, demand and weather play into these market factor decisions, and they can swing markets millions of acres of production from one crop to another. So as we all try to shift our focus to 2020, it's important to take a moment and understand that in agribusiness, we don't get to just get to December 31st of any given year and say, well, that's the end of that year. Let me just forget about 2019 and move on to 2020. No, there's a lot of 2019 bushels production still in the infrastructure, unsold bushels in farmers' bins. All the seed crop for 2019 or for 2020 was grown in 2019. So there's a lot of carryover. So this middle of March period, or what I've affectionately come to term it as a independent seedsman and independent farmer, most of my life, I think the Ides of March, and beware the Ides of March, is a very astute piece of advice, because things change during the middle of March more rapidly. Uh, 8 out of 10 years, this is when the changes are happening. And so it's really important to be mindful of all the contributing factors that may change for farmers and all agribusiness. It is important, very important, folks, to pay very, very close attention. Truly be aware of the Ides of March and their potential for what appears certain today in mid-early March may be totally different in just 10, 12, 14 days from now. So folks, that's why I thought I'd make a quick video kind of explaining why the period of the middle of March is extremely important. You know, the traders are beginning to move markets, farmers are beginning to make decisions, and this big giant ball that we call a free marketplace is finding its way to produce enough crops for demand to fit every need that we have around not only our own country but the world. So ladies and gentlemen, the Ides of March are here. We're right in the middle of them. Hang on tight, because things will start changing fast, and this is when farming starts getting excited. That's why I love this stuff. Grow the farm up. I hope you enjoyed it.